What it do, what it do. So, I came across this absurd monstrosity of a title for a video. And I decided to go watch it, and it, of course, is ridiculous. So, I found this video. Atheists Beware. This video will make you doubt atheism. Dun 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 dun. Oh shit. Well, I must say this. As an atheist, challenge accepted. And also I love this little comment it gave below here. We welcome all atheists to this channel and love atheists dearly. Well, thank you for your ungratifactory love that's just forced on me. Okay, thank you. We'd love to hear your thoughts, atheists, on this video. Well, hey, what do you know? I'm sharing my thoughts. So if you ever come across this, which I doubt you ever will, well, here's my response and here's my thoughts. So, you know, let's just not waste time. Let's just get the fuck into it. Because before I do, let's just smoke some weed real quick. Because that's how I operate. Like, I watched this once already, at least half of it, and like half of it is pretty ridiculous, and the other half is a little bit not, but easily refutable. So, anyway, I won't spoil the fun, but I think it'll be enjoyable though. So, long pause for that for some reason. Where the fuck is my torch? Oh, there it is. I should have made sure my torch and my lighter was ready for that. That's a good sign. You should always make sure that's with you before you do shit. I had everything prepped. I mean, you guys would see from my other perspective, but from the video's perspective, you can't. So, are we meta? I think so. Anyway, let's get into it.
Lorena, do you think there's an afterlife?
I definitely think there is an afterlife.
And then you go back into life when there's a new birth, you become their baby.
Jason, what do you think?
What? What? Can we just repeat what you said there, sir?
When there's a new birth, you become their baby.
Jason?
When there's a new birth, you become that baby. I love how much sense that made. I feel like I just became woke as fuck.
What do you think happens after someone dies?
I don't know.
You ever think about it?
That sounds like the correct answer. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot.
You afraid of dying?
No. Like, I'm afraid of, like, physically dying, like, if there's pain involved, yeah, but, like, after, who knows?
That sounds like the most rational answer so far. I like this kid.
You think hell exists?
Probably not.
Yeah. I like this kid already.
You used the word probably. So there's a possibility hell could be there?
Sure.
Probably. Let's just think about that for a sec. Probably. There's a difference between probably and there's definitely. So when you actually be enforcing the idea that there's a probability that it might not exist, because if you're pointing out that the fact that at least this fellow here probably thinks there isn't a hell, then how can, then why can't we flip it on you? And why do you think, and say, well, why do you probably think there is? See, the thing is, I feel like this kid probably would at least go base it off of just observation and basic science rationality and just realize, this afterlife idea, there doesn't seem to be any proof, and there's also multiple fucking religions that think there's various different forms of afterlives. Do I have to go down that list? Anyway, I won't, but I'd like to, but I won't. But, like, there's so many countless forms of afterlife to so many different belief systems and to so many different religions and to so many different spiritual ideas. Like pretty much everyone has a different idea of what an afterlife is or lack thereof. And I agree with this guy. Doubt it. Probably not. Nah. Nope. Wrong. Tremendous.
Yeah.
I do believe there is a superior force, there is a superior being.
Who would go to hell?
Well, I don't care that you believe it, so whatever. She looks cute, by the way.
Hell.
I don't know.
They'd be bad people.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you believe in God's existence?
Maybe, I don't know.
So you're agnostic, so okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, there's no evidence to support it, so why would I believe in something there's lack of evidence for? So hence why I'm an atheist, because that's what atheism is not believing in God or a deity or a higher entity due to the lack of evidence and have the lack of belief. So, and pretty much summarized on that. So far, it's not making me doubt atheism so far. In fact, you haven't really done anything to it. Nothing has happened so far, so we got a little bit to go. This is starting to tire me, so I'm speeding this bitch up.
Ever think about that?
Yeah, a lot.
All these wonderful things around us, how did it get here? Obviously, there's a creator.
I don't know about a creator.
Oh, ho, ho. Ho. What did you just say there? Let's go back for a sec. Let's just look at all the stuff around us. Surely there must be a creator. Based on what? Yeah, there's shit around me. There's things around me. There's trees outside. There's fucking grass. There's animals that live in my house too. There's insects that chill outside. There's birds that go flying up in the air and shit. There's weather systems on this planet. There's this fucking Earth. There's the cosmos, and there's this whole universe. And guess what? We actually have scientific data that supports, the fact that this stuff has just been around and has always been a thing. I'm sure you know of the Big Bang theory as well. It's still considered a theory mainly because we don't know its exact origins of it yet, and that is something that science has yet to discover, which, until our technology advances further and our scientific developments, especially learning more about the universe, which, as it infinitely expands, knowledge of this universe to us grows smaller, despite our progressing knowledge and how this universe works. The fact that is happening with an ever-expanding universe, continuing to create more galaxies, more stars, and matters forming into all these new things. Think about this. We're literally made out of the dust and the matter of old stars that have already died, because our star is on one of the second to third gen stars in our universe. In fact, let me just double check that really quick. Sun generation of stars. Among astronomers, yep, second generation. All right, yeah. So this this whole little article gets into it about why it's the second generation star, but yeah, I already know. It just says right here, it's metal rich, and on top of that, it was made up, and the reason why it's metal rich is because with the supernovas and all the other stars that have died within the first generation, that created new atoms, that created new compounds, new elements, new matter that has formed from the matter of these stars. And over time, this matter clumps together, it forms rocks, it forms asteroids, comets, Earths, moons, planets. This is all because of matter. You want to know why everything's around here and why we have all this stuff? Matter. That everything from my desk to the fucking marijuana I just smoked earlier to our own bodies is because of matter and because of atoms and because of the fact that we have these fucking stars that exist that are basically like these little nuclear plants of fucking energy and pure mass and matter. Once it dies and explodes, it becomes, a supernova into a nebulae of all sorts of new elements that are now going to expand off into the universe to form new things over the timeline of this universe and this cosmos. And you're going to tell me, and you're going to give me the gall that there's the idea, a remote idea that some third-party entity decided to come in and just bloop, pop it there. Just with an intelligent design, draw out how man was made and draw out how the earth was going to form and draw out how everything was going to be. You want to know how our solar system came to be? By chance. It's all because of chance. Because our sun probably would have still been the same sun, but the fact that all this matter that our Earth formed where it did in the Goldilocks zone, which is the zone that is measured with all stars of where the habitable zone for possible life would be, at least for life as we know it currently. And we were in that zone, and we're obviously still in the zone. And Mars also is partially in that zone as well. And over time, as we had multiple bombardment periods where in our solar system of all the other matter and all the other compounds and elements clump together, crash into each other in a chaotic mess of disorder, but at the same time this order within our galaxy, because that's the law of physics. That's why we have the law of science for a reason, because there's fundamental laws of how reality works. That is how we're here. It's because there's certain laws that our universe abides by, the laws of reality. A lot of them we haven't discovered yet. And you know what? That's fine. That's okay. It's okay to not know things. It's okay to be unsure, about what could be or what not could be, for certain solutions or for certain outcomes. So the idea that there's a creator is a little ludicrous to me. And just the mere fact that this universe exists, I think, is enough evidence alone to prove that there isn't one. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, look how big this universe is. Look how big it is. It's huge. We are probably not even a microcosm. Not even if you compared an atom to what we are, we're probably not even the size of that to this universe. Or an atom to the Earth. We're probably not even the size of an atom if you compared it to the Earth, if the Earth was to be the size of the universe. Because of how incomprehensibly huge it is. And just recently we discovered 300,000 new galaxies. And who knows what discoveries lie within there. And on a side point, how is an intelligent designer able to keep track of such a big, huge fucking creation of his? He must be one big deity, or he's one good multitasker. Or maybe there isn't one. I don't know. We just barely passed the minute mark on this video, too. Holy fuck.
Obvious. Seems like a lot of time takes place and then things kind of just happen.
Time is the magic ingredient. If you
Yep, I think he was right. Sound about just layman term of what I was just going into. Only I went in all the details about it, so whatever. Fuck whoever did this shit.
Left your garage empty for 1,000,000 years, could a Mercedes evolve from nothing? And you can see the kindness of God in puppies and kittens and birds and trees and flowers and fruits and seasons. All these things show us that God is good and kind. But at the same time, there's something wrong on the earth. There's tornadoes and floods and hurricanes and cancer and disease, pain and death.
Oh, what argument is this? What logic comes from, like, God gives us good things like puppies, kittens, flowers, beautiful, sweet, good things. But God also gives us bad things like cancer, diseases, viruses, death, storms. It's like, you know what? Let me just play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say this hypothetical God of yours exists, all right? Let me just play around with this idea. Aren't you just confirming the fact that your God is very nihilistic, sociopathic, very egotistical? Because obviously it likes to inflict harm on its own creations by putting cancers, diseases, severe storms, just, you know, wars, exploitation, all this stuff, famines, etc. Aren't you just confirming the fact that your God is a very ruthless and brutal? I don't know about you, but fuck that God. I ain't going to be praying or worshiping a God that's going to be brutal and ruthless against me. For what? Existing? Fuck you.
It shows us that we live in a fallen
And guess what? All those bad things, guess what? That's just part of reality. That's just part of the fact of life. Cancer, everyone goes through it. Guess what? Because it's a part of reality. It's literally what it is cells lost the ability to do apoptosis, aka cell death, where the cell would basically kill itself. And that's called apoptosis. That's a process where it goes through. And with cancer cells, and with tumors as well, these cells forget to do that. Or that particular part of the gene in the DNA malfunctions over time. And then it just continues to replicate and 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 becomes cancer and a tumor. Guess what? Because DNA is fallible. While it's very, very precise and very fascinating and a very complex and a very calculated thing, it's still fallible. Because with time, we will notice with age that our cells start to slow down a little more over time with age because it can't replicate so much over time. After so many different replications, then these type of malfunctions where you get little tumors and little cancers and stuff. Now, your body actually is able to combat that. Did you know that technically your body always has cancer? Your body just knows how to combat that. Whenever random cells start going a little malfunctioning and does that, with someone as vibrant and young as me, who doesn't have any genetic malfunctions, which will cause me to have cancer at a very young age or at an early age, or just less likely to have it, or my body will be able to combat that more. But that's just because of genetics, and that's because of DNA and evolution, because my genes over time, with my ancestors down before me, eventually have over time adapted and evolved to where after offspring of combining genes, diversifying them, and, you know, making others dominant and recessive over time, and blending different genes, and et cetera, comes down to me. And guess what? I potentially could do that too, because that's part of the reproductive cycle. which is a normal fact of life. And I'm sure, I don't even know if you're getting into it in this video. I'm going way too long for this anyway. But, you know, I don't even know if you get into it, but reproduction is normal and natural. Whenever you have an urge to want to fuck, that's normal. Just saying. When you look at, say, like a nice, beautiful cougar like her, and you're thinking, damn, finna smash? Well, guess what? That's an urge because you're naturally thinking, I like to reproduce. That's a primitive thing due to our genetics and how we evolved. So, it's a natural thing, by the way. That's also not an evil thing God did, by the way. I'm sure that's what you will consider some of the wrongs that God's done. Put it in moral blasphemy and sin with... I don't even know what they're called. What are they even called again? Oh, fuck. I skipped somewhere. But, who gives a shit? But, whatever. But, you know, it's like... Yeah, I'll just skip a little bit. Anyway, whatever. I'll just finish listening to this shit.
After that.
You use God's name in vain?
Yes.
That's called blasphemy. And Jesus said, if you look at a
Hold on.
lies do you think you've told in your life?
So many I can't even count them.
You've lied and
Oh, that's actually important. Hold up. Let me slow it down just a tad.
Right? Like a Jesus and all that stuff.
No, I'm saying there's one creator. It's obvious through design and everything from the atom through the universe.
No. Wrong. I already went through that.
You've got an
I have literally discussed this. I've already broken that down. No, it's not.
knowledge of God via your conscience. Conscience means with knowledge. Are you going to get
Conscious is not knowledge. What the fuck is that? What are you talking about? Consciousness is how we perceive our individuality as a being, essentially. Knowledge is a factor on that, but so is intelligence, so is our just our basic sentience. There's a few other factors to that, by the way. Just saying. It's not knowledge.
heaven when you die? Do you think? Are you a good person?
I am just as good as I am as bad.
How many lies?
So, a normal human being who will do some shit that they regret in life, but also do stuff they're proud of. Sounds like a normal human being to me.
Do you think you've told in your life?
So many I can't even count them.
How many lies have you told in your life? Motherfucker, when I was a kid, I used to lie all the time. Are you kidding me, dude? Lying is just a part of our fundamental human nature. Or else we wouldn't be doing it. Seriously? Like, look, lying can either be a good thing or a bad thing, but lying in itself isn't inherently wrong. You know, like, lying in a sense could be good in, like, let's say you get pulled over and you got marijuana on you and you're in an illegal state and they don't happen to smell it quite yet, but they suspect something, but they're not going to be too hard. You know, they might let you go. There's a chance, right? In this hypothetical scenario. Well, they're going to probably, let's say they ask, you guys having marijuana or any other substances? No. Even though I got some in my glove box or in the trunk or something, you know, or on my person, no. Of course, you don't say that, but you know what I mean. And then I'll be like, okay, you know, maybe ask a question or two more, you know. All right, well, I stopped you because whatever, blah, 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 like traffic light, whatever, or some stupid shit. Go on for your day, you know, and you go on. Well, to me, that's a time where lying probably saved your ass. Now, let's say you're at your mom's house or something and there's a jar full of cookies and you eat half of them. Or all of them if you're a gluttonous fuck like me, like I probably would, especially who smokes weed and gets the munchies. Then you probably would eat all of them. But, you know, I don't know. You know, it's up to you. But whatever. And then she's like, she notices and it's like, hey, did you eat all the cookies or half of them or however many you ate? No. I didn't eat any of them. And then, meanwhile, you probably got a little bit of crumbs on your lips. Well, that's probably just a dumb, you know, thing to lie about, honestly. And it's not even really that bad. It's just dumb. Like, there's some lies, like you can, like the the whole Jesse Smollett thing where he filed a false police report, which is basically lying to the police to essentially try to, you know, put someone away who's potentially not innocent or just fabricate a crime that never happened, you know? So there are obviously times where lying is just fucked up, you know what I mean? But lying itself, it's not wrong. I don't know why that was the point.
You've lied and stolen?
Yes, I have done that.
You use God's name in vain?
Yes.
I like how it switched to her and it gets her answer. Didn't get his answer. But, yeah, so have I. I think I've said Jesus Christ a few times already, and I just did. Well, god damn it. Oh, shit, I did it again. Well, fuck. Well, you know I do.
That's called blasphemy, and Jesus said it.
Oh, blasphemy? Yeah, well, guess what? Sometimes me calling out the Israeli government is called me being anti-Semitic, and I should be censored and shit. So you're just trying to censor my speech, so go fuck off, snowflake.
If you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery with her in your heart.
Wait, what? If you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery? That's not what fucking adultery is. What are you even talking about? Do you not know definitions? Adultery is when you are basically cheating on somebody. You're already in a relationship and you cheated with someone. What? I guess it's the biblical adultery term where you're looking at somebody, you're like, look at that nice ass or something, you know what I mean? Something like that. It's just like, really? Again, I actually already went about this. It's just natural to, quote, lust for someone. It's called sexual desires. There's nothing wrong with expressing that. In fact, you're probably making it worse by repressing it and pushing this idea of abstinence until marriage, and then you only must reproduce. You cannot fuck and have sex or intercourse or whatever you want to call it for pleasure. It must be for making babies. No, thank you. I'll continue to do so for pleasure and not for making babies. So, fuck you.
You ever done that?
Yes, multiple times.
And what about you?
Yeah, and I have too. Guess what? Didn't hurt anybody, did it? Because it was in my head. I was thinking about it. Oh, no. Oh, no, I thought about somebody in a sexual way. Oh, no. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
So, Lorena, I'm not judging you, but you've just told me you're a lying thief, a blasphemer, and an adulterer at heart. That's 4 of the 10 commandments. If God judges you by...
What? Okay, when did she say she was a thief? When did she say... Even she kind of looks like... She's, like, questioning his logic. She's looking at him a little bit like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Me, a thief? When did I say I was a thief? Like, I could see that, like, internally in her eyes a little bit.
The commandments on Judgment Day, do you think you'd be innocent or guilty?
Guilty.
Heaven
With the 10 Commandments, yeah, I'd be guilty too, but most of that shit's nonsense anyway, and some of it's contradictory to itself.
or hell?
And only 2 of them, stealing and committing murder, are the only ones that are actual laws. But guess what? I don't want someone stealing my shit, and I don't want someone fucking murdering me. That just is based off the self-interest of your own essential individuality. You as an individual don't want to get, let's say you don't want to get raped, or let's say you don't want to get your shit stolen, or you don't want to get assaulted, or you don't want to get murdered, or whatever, you know, or held against your will, or whatever. These things are called human rights, by the way. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure we should probably be judging somebody if they're violating one's human rights instead of this whole 10 Commandment bullshit. Because I think human rights are a little bit more, I don't know, rational.
Probably hell, I guess, by the rules.
Now, does that concern you?
No?
Is it considered
No, because hell sounds like a good time. Man, lusting for people, probably doing drugs and shit, partying all the time. A little bit hot, but whatever. You know, I'm sure they probably have some cold beverages or something. You know, it's just like, shit, sounds fun. I'm down.
you?
No,
You don't love your life?
I do to a certain extent.
What the fuck? I do to a certain extent. Like, oh my god. Just exploiting him. The poor dude. I don't even know what his name is, but I feel bad for him.
Heaven or hell?
Going to God. Because I think as my father, he loves me regardless, you know, as I love my kids.
But the Bible
Okay, well, you're wrong, but whatever. I don't give a shit that you believe it.
says this: when we sin against God, we stir up his wrath, and every time we sin, his wrath gets greater. In fact,
So you don't deny that your God's fucking brutal. Oh, that's just clever to know. So you're just simply a piece of shit then? Must I go on? Should I just must I continue on with this video? You don't even... You're not even one of the Christians that says that your God is ever-loving and a peaceful one, and even if you do sin, he's still going to love you or whatever. You're not even preaching that type of God. You're the one who's just preaching the brutal ruthlessness who will punish you, who will crack down and destroy you and burn you to hell. To hell. When, you know, you have sinned, you have lied, you go to hell. You have committed lust against a woman, you go to hell. You have said blasphemy, you go to hell. Oh, give me a fucking break. Living Waters. You know what? Let me just check out your channel. This is recent, too. Oh, my God. I didn't even see what the date was. Come on. Gimme. Gimme. Let's see what your bullshit is, dude. Oh, wow. A damn near 1/3 of a million. Less than 1/3 of a million. Oh my God. They have Europe. Down Under. Espanol. Creation Today. Minute. Oh, God. Oh, we found a gold mine. We found a gold mine. Okay. Our $1 trillion bill Oh my God. Oh no. The vision of Living Waters is to inspire, equip Christians in fulfilling the Great Commission. What the fuck? Oh, man. I'm gonna have to put this on a book. Ape and child raised together in scientific experiment. Alright. Yeah, we found a gem, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the gem. We found the gem. I'm not even going to continue with the rest of that video. You know what? I think I made my fucking point. Atheists beware. You made me laugh more than anything. You kidding me, dude? This video will make you doubt atheism. It enforced it. You enforced my atheism. Like, who are you? Like, what? Oh, is this him? Is this the dude?
really quick, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up button.
Oh my God, that's his voice. Oh my God. What the fuck is on his head? What is on his head? What is going on here? Did he, like, skin a hedgehog and surgically sew it on his head? What happened here? And did he, like, get, like, a little electric pad and, like, brush it all up against his head and had it all, you know, just spike up like that or something? What the fuck happened here? Like, what's going on with your hair, dude? But guess what? I didn't even have to go for most of your video for you to enforce my own, you know, views because, like, dude, oh my God. It's just, it's the same shit I haven't even heard before, honestly. So, well, whatever. I got nothing else to respond to this. So, yep, do with it what you will. But I don't know about you, but this honestly just enforced my atheism. It didn't even do anything to like curb it or anything. It didn't even make me doubt it for a second. You failed. You failed badly. You couldn't do your job correctly, sir. You couldn't do your job correctly. Shame, shame. All right, well, you know, there's some stuff scrolling over there in the corner. You should do that type of shit. Subscribe, hit the bell, that type of stuff. You know, it's over there. You see it. You probably were seeing it down below. You know, right down there too. You know, well, the cursor ain't on there, but you know, now it's there. You kind of see it poking around on it. Yeah, you know, you like it. But anyway, like, subscribe, do all that fun shit. Peace out. Impromptu. Who gives a shit? Fuck off. Bye.